Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Misty. This is my channel, Misty at Skeeter Jones, and this week is a little bit different. I have for you today a mail call. Typically I wouldn't have a mail call on my regular Tuesday sale day, but some of the items in this box may or may not actually be put up for sale. Do keep in mind, if you order anything this week, I will not be able to update pending and sold list during the week. I really won't be able to do that until this coming Sunday. So just keep that in mind. Go ahead and send your requests in. Go ahead and email me, and I will respond to the emails. I'll go back to the first one in the order they came in and respond to them in order. And whoever claimed something first will be the first one to have dibs on it. But just wanted to let you know this week is a little different because it's a crazy hectic week for me. And then after this week, things should settle down a bit and it'll be kind of back to normal. What I'm bringing to you today is some friend mail, actually. I coded it right there when it came in. Friend mail from Suzie over at Dragonfly Bees. So thank you so much, Suzie, for this. I can't wait to dig into this and see what Suzie has sent me. This has been a very busy season. Every March is always busy for my family because within 1 week we have several family events like birthdays and things like that. So that the whole month of March, particularly that 1 week, is super busy. Plus this week we have another big event going on, and that is my daughter's wedding. So that's why I'm not going to really be able to tend to my emails and things like that this week. So I do appreciate the time that you're spending helping keep, I guess, things going during my sort of semi-absence. So I can't wait to see this. Suzie knows I'm a crafter, so I'm wondering if this is a craft lot. It's very well packed. I've ordered things from Suzie before, and she always does such a great job packing up things for shipping. She ensures that it's not going to move around and get damaged. There we go. Hey, that was a little bit loud. There's the saying, you know, if you build a better mousetrap, the world will be the path to your door. I've said for years, my kids are probably tired of hearing it, if you invent quiet packing tape, the world will be a path to your door. If anybody knows about some quiet packing tape that has already been invented, I would love to hear about it. Okay, wow. Look at this. This is pretty heavy. This, I don't know. I'm going to go grab a scale. I'm very interested to know how much this weighs. Okay, well, I don't know what that means. I had it all ready before I brought it in here to put it on camera. There we go. Oh, it's set up for ounces. There we go. Now it's ready. Okay, 4.7 or 4 pounds 7 ounces. So really close to 4.5 pounds. Wow. So I will actually go ahead and put prices and everything on these pieces as we go. But remember, do keep in mind that I will not be able to keep up with pending and sold lists and may not be able to respond to email even until this weekend. So just wanted to make sure you're aware of that. If you are interested in anything here and do want to email me about it, just the usual way, skeeterjonesthings@gmail.com, and we will talk about it there. So I am going to kind of change position. I'm standing up right now. So I'm going to move my camera a little bit so that I can sit down and go through all these things with you. Okay, don't want to damage anything inside the bag. Very, very well packaged. I really appreciate when somebody takes time and care to package things, especially something like jewelry, to keep it from jostling around. I'm just going to pull things out a little at a time. I'm going to put single earrings to the side, and we'll look at those all at the same time. Here's it's a stretch bracelet. Definitely a piece for craft, but these look very Art Deco. So those could easily be styled in sort of 1928 style, in the style of 1928. I really like those. It's like a faux malachite acrylic with this really pretty rhinestone design. Set in this brass or brass tone. I don't see any wear on the edges. I think that might actually be brass. Very excited to get started with that. Okay, this is maybe missing a piece. Maybe it's supposed to just be that, just little wood with the settings around the edges. Little clip earring. I'll set them all to the side. We do have a stamped one right here that says Japan. Another single earring. That's LC or LCI. Not familiar with that one. This is heavy. Little bell brooch. All of these that look like they may have tarnish, I'm going to put those through the ultrasonic, because a lot of times you put something that looks very tarnished into the ultrasonic, or even sometimes it can look like it has tone loss, and I've put it in there and found out it was just dirt. So that's what will happen to this. This is a new without tag, little crystal bracelet. Let's see, the stretch is, the stretch is gone. So you have a Shambhala bead here, this teardrop shape, or two teardrop shaped, sort of a smoky quartz colored, but they're crystal or glass. And then these little beads and the silver tone beads. Good crafting materials. Okay, we have a match right there, but we'll just go through all the earrings at once. Okay, this is a little plastic earring, a vintage plastic. Maybe a thermoset. It has sort of that cat's eye effect in it, but it's acrylic or some kind of plastic. A little copper seahorse brooch. He's going to get a bath and some polish. That's a brooch piece. A single earring. He was pretty in his day. Looks like it was probably shell. You know, his other wing over here is broken off, but it looks like it was shell. But that can probably be fixed. That's pretty. Nobody gets credit for it, but that really is pretty. A clip earring. More clip earrings. A little vintage. We're finding some singles, but we'll just do all the earrings at the end. Or I mean, finding pairs is what I meant to say. But we'll just do those all at the end. These are some great pieces that Suzie sent. These are pretty also. These can be restyled into another bracelet or into a different type of piece altogether. That would be a very pretty necklace. I have some other pieces that I have in mind right now, imagining those threaded together with this into a necklace. Yeah, the stretch is pretty much gone. I like that. Oh, wow. Okay, this pretty guy is missing a rhinestone. These are acrylic stones. So we'll give him a bath and replace his missing stones. He's also got some dead stones. We'll try fixing him up. Earring. This is pretty. This kind of reminds me of a Thurs-Fri or a Weiss. Okay, definitely has some tone loss. You can see where it's chipped away right there. So there's not a chance of that just going away in the ultrasonic. That's really pretty. I'll see what I can do to maybe repair the tone on that. I have limited capabilities at doing that. Okay, this is a little heavy butterfly brooch. It has a brand right here that I can't really see very well. Oh, maybe it says Germany. It's hard to see. I'll look at it closer later on off camera. But it's textured, has a lot of detail on it, and a little bit of enamel that's worn away in places. So I can just redo that enamel because the gold tone and everything looks great. So I'll see what brand that is, and then I'll redo that enamel. And that's just a little repair job. Here's another new without tag. Gold, I was about to say gold tone. Yet little glass or crystal beads. And they're the same types of beads as on this one. See, this is in a bag. Oh, because it's missing some pieces. You can see it rolling around somewhere. Oh, right here. There's a little missing stones right there. Right there. And right there's where they're missing. Right there and there. It's just a little pink and orange little flower brooch on silver tone. That's a repair job. Here's some little scarecrows. That's an earring. I thought it was going to be a brooch. That's cute. That's pretty. Little silver tone screw back. Another earring. And here is, this is interesting. It's an earring, but it's got this kind of unusual thing at the bottom here. Something used to be in there probably. That's interesting. Little paisleys lined up in a circle. And again, I can see actual chips in the tone. So that's a job of repairing some tone. A single earring. And here's another match. So I'll have a few matches to go through at the end. Here's a little silver tone bangle. And it looks to be in, well, no, I was about to say it looks to be in good shape. It's missing some tone also that's actually chipped away. So I can replace that tone. This is a little Halloween bracelet with pink and orange candy corn. Gold tone, a little bit of tone loss. And it closes. The little bump right there snaps into a little opening on the other side. Just like that. So I'll polish that up and give that a bath. Okay, more matched earrings. Here's the other leaf. And the other disc. It's got this other one tangled up in it. Okay, these are ceramic beads. A little patriotic look with the red, white, and blue stars. And this heavy blue and white bead here. Those are pretty. Now the stretch is gone, so that needs to be restrung. Oh, wow. These are pretty. Those are very pretty. I wonder if they would look right with these. Not really, kind of a different look. How would they look with these? I don't know, maybe that's a possibility. Arranging those on the same necklace together somehow or another. I don't know, I'd have to lay them out together and see how they look. I really like those though. Kind of a Victorian type of look. That's pretty. Is that enamel or shell or faux shell? That's colorful. I think that's enamel. I don't think that's inlay. Yeah, I think that's just some enamel. That's cute. And a little silver tone bracelet that's misshapen. So that needs to be bent back into shape. Sounds like grocery delivery is here. I'll be right back. Okay, got that taken care of. So now, here is an Alex Nani bracelet, Capricorn. It's brass. It has the Capricorn charm, and it has the usual, Alex and Ani branding charms. There's one for handicapped children. I've never seen that one before. And see what's on the back of those. Environmental, economic, and social. Wind and Fire 2014. So, I guess I'll go ahead and give this one a number. There won't be the usual 30 here, I'm pretty certain. And this Alex and Ani is going to be number 1. And we're just going to do it for $2. I always give a steep deal on Alex and Ani, just because Alex and Ani is not really a big mover for me. So the Capricorn Alex and Ani 2014, number 1 for $2. Okay, this could probably use a new stone. It's an acrylic stone that's got tons of wear. The brooch itself is in really nice condition. Let's see. The closure works and stays closed. The pin is straight. Maybe I'll see if I can get a gem, like an actual semi-precious gemstone, to put in that. That would be really, really nice. I think I will upcycle this one. We have a little enamel. Oh, that's a bunch of verdigris on there. This is vintage. This is very, very vintage. A couple of little beads. This is Soho something. I can't read the second word, but it's Soho something. And these are little sort of champagne colored glass beads with silver tone. It's a little Y drop necklace. I'll go ahead and give you some measurements and offer this one up too. It's an 8-inch drop, and the little Y on it is another 2 inches. You have a 2-inch extender. That's really pretty with these little faceted, sort of champagne blush colored beads. And the silver tone is really nice looking. That's a pretty little necklace. And it's going to be number 2. And we'll just say $3. It's really pretty. Another earring. Okay, he's missing part of his wing. Feels kind of heavy. It's a nice chunky setting with these pieces of shell or mother of pearl for the wings. And I bet right there for the face, I bet that was a pearl at one time, or a little faux pearl. And there's not a maker on it. And the pin back kind of moves freely, which it shouldn't. So I don't know, maybe that piece of wing is somewhere in this bag. We'll hold him aside. Here's a shell necklace. It looks like it's new, made in the Philippines, with shell chips, smaller shell chips that go into these larger ones at the bottom that are arranged in this curved pattern. We'll offer this one too. The drop on it is 8 inches, and the length is the length. There's no extender. And it's this pretty white color, just in time for summertime beach trips. That'll be number 3, and we'll do that one for $2. Nice low prices today. Keep in mind though, I won't be able to update pending and sold lists, and I won't be able to invoice until this weekend, and I may not be able to respond to email until this weekend, but I will respond to them in the order they come in. So do request early if there's something you're interested in. Okay, this is gorgeous. There's this acrylic stone which has a few little light scratches on it. Oh, is that acrylic? Yeah, that is acrylic. It looks like all the stones are here. Mostly it has this really light scratch right here. I might be able to polish that out. Let me look closer. Yeah, for the most part, I think that might polish out. It's just a little nick right there, or really light scratch. But it's silver toned with this acrylic stone in it. It's 2.5 inches long and 2.5 inches across. I'm really tempted to try crafting with it. I'm going to offer it up, and then if it doesn't sell, it'll go into my crafting supplies. So that'll make this one number 4. We'll just offer it up for $2. Great deal on it, and it'll become something else if it doesn't sell. Okay, here's another one of these, new without tags still. So now we have 3 of those. I'll offer those up maybe if I get enough to make a nice set. Let's see, this is a Kenneth Cole reaction. That is, Can't really tell. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's faux leather. That is faux leather. And these little brass tone pendants. There we go. And wooden beads and little brass beads. Not a thing wrong with this one, I don't think. No, it looks like it's in great shape. The drop is 8 inches. And then there's a 2-inch extender. And that's how it looks. That's a nice one. On Suzie's channel, she does thrift hauls, fun box unboxings. I think she does other thread up unboxings also. I really like her, mostly her fun box unboxings. And then also on her jewelry videos, she knows a lot of history and she does a lot of education on, we're going to do this one for, let's do this one for $3. She does a lot of history on jewelry makers, particularly ones that are historical to New York. And she just brings a lot of education in general, but what I really, really enjoy is the history. I'm a history buff anyway, and she brings all of that history of the jewelry companies from long ago. Like I said, particularly the ones in New York. If you don't know her already, you should definitely go check her channel out. It's a little birdhouse earring. Oh, wow, that's pretty. It's missing a little stone right there, which can be replaced, I'm sure. That's gorgeous. Let's see, single earring, another little brooch right here, the faux pearl cabochon. Let's see, is that scratches or is that just schmutz? Yeah, that cabochon's going to have to go. It'll need to be replaced. So this will go into the repair pile. Another single. Okay, this little pansy earring's going to need some enamel replaced. Here's a brooch that looks like Byzantine chain. Let's see. The pin is a little bit bent. I'm going to clean and polish this one and see what happens. It's pretty heavy. Vintage. And really, I'm not getting a good idea of whether that is tone loss or just dirt. So we're going to put that in the ultrasonic and see what happens with it. Okay, more single earrings. Here's the mate to that one that had the weird little thing at the bottom. I bet there's some kind of stone, maybe a teardrop shaped stone or something that fits in there. Little Christmas bell brooch. It looks like, it's not marked or anything, but it looks like something that could be Avon. A lot of the enamel is worn on that, so that will need to be replaced. Okay, these are, what is that? A little shell, maybe? Or a seed of some kind? Okay, oh, these are right here together. They'll need to be polished up, but those are cute. They look like little tortoise shell lifesavers. Leatherback earrings, but they need to be cleaned and polished up. Yeah, we'll see what happens after those get cleaned up. Oh wow, that's pretty. It's sort of a mauve, aubergine-ish kind of color. The setting needs to be spruced up, but that stone's really pretty. Single earrings. See another brooch that's going to need some polishing. Okay, here's the mate to that really unusual seed thing. And here's the mate to the birdhouse. This is pretty. Look at that. That's in really great shape. Maybe there will be a mate to that in there. So lots of earrings and brooches in here, which I'm getting lots of ideas for just original pieces that I need brooches to execute on those ideas. There's some glue on the back of this, but this is actually a carved shell cameo, and you can tell that because of the uneven thickness. If it looks very perfect and uniform, then it's not carved shell. So that's gorgeous. That is definitely at least vintage, potentially antique. And it may have originally been in a gold-filled setting. A lot of these were in 12 karat gold-filled settings. Oh, I like these beads, little rosebud beads. And they are metal because they're cold. It needs some cleanup for sure. Nobody gets credit for it, but it's really pretty. I'm going to polish this one up too. That is gorgeous. Okay, this is resin, I guess, or acrylic in these little silver tone settings. Look at the edges with the details right there on the edges. And there's sort of an iridescent glow to this resin or acrylic that's in the middle. But, well, actually the stretch is decent. It's not excellent. Let's see. I think that has a little bit of wear lift in it. I'm going to offer this one up. It's heavy. Yeah, that one's really pretty. Where's my bags? Let's see, I think it'll fit in this one. This will be, actually it's not even going to fit in that bag. I'll need to get this really big one right here. Number 6, and we'll say $2 for that one. Here's a wooden necklace with a little donut shaped thing at the bottom. You typically see those in gemstone. I've seen a lot of those in onyx or in jade. These little tiny wooden beads. That's a really pretty necklace, and there's not a thing wrong with it. You have black right here, and then these natural colored ones. And then coming down to the pendant part of it, you have all of those tones and colors. That's really pretty. It's a little bit on the longer side. It's a 14-inch drop, and then the pendant part of it is 3 inches. And we'll do that one. I'll make 7 for us. We'll do that one for $3. Okay, now we have the mate to this one. There we go. They're not identical to each other. The colors are in different orders, but you can tell that they're still a pair. They need to be cleaned up a bit, so I'll take care of that and then offer those up in another video. This is pretty. This looks like a Thurs-Fri. It's a Sarah Cove. That's pretty with these gray, silver colored faux pearls down the middle. There we go. Gorgeous. Nothing wrong with that. The tone is in great shape. All the little pearls are there. And it's got this textured look to some of the, I don't know if you call those leaves or fronds, but pretty textured look to that. All in this gray and then silver tone. And very bright, very shiny. Looks like all the tone is there. This is about 2 3/4 inch long and about 1.5 inch wide. And we'll offer that one up. Suzie packed a great box. This is number 8. And for this cute Sarah Cove brooch, we're going to do $5 for that. Actually, let's make that $4 for that. And this is a stone. It doesn't look like howlite. I can't tell what it is. It could actually be turquoise, but I'm not sure. Yeah, actually, I think it is. It's hard to tell, but it doesn't have the type of matrix that you see on howlite. And then with these smaller beads, I'm seeing the type of matrix that you typically see on turquoise. And then there are wooden beads. And then these sort of honey colored ones. Very, very pretty. So let's class this at its shortest and give you some measurements. It's an 8.5 inch drop, and the pendant is 2 inches. And then you have an extender that's probably about 2 inches. Well, no, not 2, maybe 1.5. No, it is 2. That's really pretty, and I can't guarantee because I don't really know how to definitively tell turquoise, but it's not howlite. I can tell you that. So this gives us number 9, and we're going to do that one for $4. That's a deal, especially if this is turquoise, which I kind of think it is, but can't promise. Okay, that looks like a croissant, but it's an earring. Okay, another earring here. Let's see, I got the stuff I just pulled out mixed in with things I had pulled out before. Okay, little amber colored beads. That's cute. There's some wear on this. but some of those elements may be able to be replaced. That's pretty. Definitely vintage. AB coating on those rhinestones. There's another pretty one. That's vintage also. It's got a dead stone right there. A stretch ring. That looks really cool, actually. Look at that. Gold tone and no tone loss on it. It sits at about a 7. That's how that looks. So we'll offer that up. It's about an inch wide, 3/4 of an inch wide. Number 10. And we'll say just $2 for the little gold tone ring. Okay, another single earring. More single earrings. These little pink beads remind me of that sort of frosty pink J. Crew necklace I showed recently. This is cute. I like the pink and white together. Definitely needs a bath and maybe some polish on that chain. But I love those colors, that sort of milky white and that sort of opaque pink. These are acrylic beads. And I'm going to put that in the ultrasonic. It'll probably come out looking a lot better. Here's some hand knotted faux pearls. The box clasp. I could use some polish. The clasp is in good condition as far as a function. It says something right there. So I'll research this one some more, but, well, I'll research it just out of curiosity. There's some paint coming off of a lot of these pearls. So I can't really do anything to help that paint loss, but that clasp can possibly be salvaged and used on something else. Creativity beads. This is a P. Always need monogram things, so it'll go just straight into my craft supplies. Let's see, here's another one. Looks like it's missing some paint on some of the beads. So I'll salvage these other beads because they're glass. Yeah. So that'll go to craft supplies. There's some tone loss right here. So I'll see what I can do about that one. Oh, I wonder if these were a set. Oh, gold tone and silver tone. It's got the same problem, missing some tone right there. Let's see what I can do about those. And looks like there's a third one right here. I bet those were like all a set. Well, I didn't even look at this last one yet. Let's see, it's got a little bit of schmutz on it, but all of the tone is there. Well, the sort of matte finish on the petals, some of that matte finish is gone right here on this one. Here's another croissant. And we have a gold tone and enamel flower brooch with some missing enamel. I might be able to re-enamel that. There's not a maker on it. That's a really pretty little brooch. I think I will actually try to put some different enamel on that and see what I can come up with. And here's a really bright butterfly. He's missing a stone right there. He looks tie-dyed. Gunmetal with just some paint or some acrylic. But he's missing a stone, so I'll have to get that replaced. And here's the mate to that other one. And here's the mate to the little flower that had the verdigris on it. Does this one have? Yeah, this one does too. Okay, here is just a little chain, little faux, well, I was going to say faux silver tone, but that's not really a word. It's a silver tone and gold tone. I'll try polishing that up. And it looks like maybe the braiding on it got twisted somehow. So I'll see if I can get that untwisted and get this polished up. That's pretty. This is not marked, but I was about to say that reminds me of Avon. Needs to be cleaned up right there. You can see on the chain, either some loss or just some dirt. But we'll find out after it gets a bath. And this reminds me of something I've had before by Sarah Cove. This is white acrylic beads. I don't see a hang tag or a maker's mark of any kind. And there's a little bit of verdigris. Look at these little floral carved beads right here. So those are going to need to be all cleaned up. The ultrasonic has pretty limited capacity, so I'm going to be running a lot of different loads in it. This is about a 5 3/4. I don't know what the metal is on this. It's been broken and soldered back together before. And that's a little acrylic stone. I'll need to, yeah, that's sharp right there. So I'm going to sand that down. Oh, how pretty. Look at that. So this is matte gold tone and like regular just glossy gold tone. No maker's mark. The pin is bent, but I can fix that. Maybe able to fix that right here and now. Let's see. A little bit of tone loss right there where it's bent. Okay, nice and straight now. And that might be tone loss, or that might be just some dirt. Actually, I didn't get it completely unbent. Okay, there we go. And that's really cute. Very dimensional. Look at all the layers and the depth on that design. Little veins in the leaves. This sort of crosshatch pattern on the petals. Okay, let me give you some measurements on it. It's about 2 inches across, or 2 inches down, and about 1.5 inches across. I'll give it a little wipe down with I think that's all that needs. That'll be a number 11 for us. And we'll do that one for $3. That's a cutie. It looks new too. I think I may have gotten a bag that's a little bit too small for it. There we go. Okay, there's a mate to this one. I think I'm going to go through the earrings in a separate video. This is pretty. It's plastic with this little faux pearl cabochon. Needs cleaning, and the cabochon may need replacing. Has this type of closure. Like that, with a little hook that you put the pin under it, and it just holds in place with tension. That needs to be cleaned up, and the stone needs to be replaced on that. Oh, that's a pretty little tree of life button closure on this bracelet. A lot of these little button closures are sterling. I don't see a stamp on this one anywhere. It does say something right there. It's really hard to make it out though. Like way up here, close to that shank, it says something. Let me give it a quick scratch and see what kind of scratch it makes. Well, it gives a nice bright scratch. And it's sterling. It sure is. Look at that. Okay. So we have a little tree of life bracelet here with a sterling button closure. These are little wooden beads that all need to be cleaned with leather on each side. But there's no brand on it. Let me double check. Maybe that's what I can't read down here. Maybe that's the brand. And I lost it. There it is. I'll need to clean this up and then offer that in a later video. Okay, here is a plastic gold tone necklace. Looks like someone probably made this out of other pieces. Somebody else did some upcycling, because this these two little swooshes here on the ends are not original with these beads. These up here are vintage, and these are just some modern plastic beads right here. So somebody did their own little upcycling project. If you would like this, let's see, it's pretty, it's a small one. It would be choker length for sure. It's a 6-inch drop, so that is choker length. And you get a 2.5-inch extender. And we'll just do that one for $1 if anyone's interested in it. And that's number 12. And here's the mate to that other little acrylic one. Here's a ring. It's pretty small. Just a little coil. It's about a size 5. Gold tone. And the tone looks good. And there's not really much to say about it. It's just a little coil ring. So we'll do that one for $1. Oh, and that's number 13. Okay, some silver tone chain with these oval links. Well, some are round, some are oval, some are smooth, and some are textured. And I'll have to give that a bath in the ultrasonic. And then depending, I'll either, this is a Premier Designs, so I'll have to just take a look at it and see what happens in the ultrasonic. And then this may be craft supplies, or I may offer it up in a future video. This is a pretty little vintage brooch. This is heavy. Little bird. The paint's starting to flake off right there. Has a little maker's mark, I think. Is that just a scratch or is that a maker's mark? Right there. It's kind of hard to tell. This is definitely vintage. I couldn't begin to try to date this, but it's heavy, and you can just tell from the look of it that it's vintage. Let me do some research on this and do some conservation work on it and see what I can find out about it and see what I can do for it. We're getting down close to the end. Okay, here's the mate to that earring. I was thinking about this a minute ago, but I can't remember if I mentioned it. I'm going to just show the earrings in a separate video because there's so many of them, and a lot of them are going to need work or cleaning or other attention. Here's some really pretty glass beads, pale pink, clear, faceted, just all different kinds of these pink and white beads. A strand is missing right there. So it has 3 strands. It used to have 4. So it'll need to be restrung at least with a different, maybe with a different end right here that accommodates 3 instead of 4 strands. But that's what it looks like. It's really, really, really gorgeous. I like all the shades of pink in it with that white, but it is missing 1 strand. So I'm going to see what I can do with that one. That's in here. Adderley Floral, made in England. And then it's broken. This is probably porcelain. And it's a shame that some of it's broken. I don't know anything about that brand, but I would guess from the looks of it to be from the 60s. That one's broken too, right here. And it says Denton China, made in England. Adderley Floral, made in England. And this is broken. Just some vintage little buttery yellow beads, and I just dropped one. But those will be great in other projects. Some of them are AB coated. Those are really pretty. I've heard of Denton China. I've never heard of the Adderley, so I'm going to have to look that up. But those are a nice find. I like finding really old things like that. And then here's the mate to that one. Here's some, oh, that's not pearls, those are metal. So this is a bracelet with no stretch left in it. And these beads look rather suspicious for being potentially sterling. The scratch looks right for sterling. And it is sterling. Wow, Susie, did you realize you were sending me sterling? I am really, really grateful to my friends, period. Everybody who joins me here on my little YouTube journey. Everybody's so kind and generous. I love the time that everybody spends. Like, I really do mean it. I know that probably sounds hokey, but I really do mean it. I love the time that everybody spends with my content. Oh, well, I was about to put a price on this. I'm not going to put a price on it because the stretch is terrible. So I'm going to restring this, and then I'll offer it up later. I don't know what I was about to do. So let me look at these. This says needs repair. Okay, the clip is broken. And this is Coro with these little paisley looking leaves, little clip earrings, and only one of them's broken. Yeah, this one's in great shape. So this one just needs the clip repaired, which I'm not really sure if it can be repaired. I'll have to take a look at that. But those are cute. If it can't be repaired as an earring, then it'll definitely become maybe a pendant. This is, let's see, crackled glass. I wonder what kind of beads these are. This is definitely a vintage piece. Let's shine the UV on it. No, it doesn't fluoresce. And there's no maker marks on it. It's a double strand. It needs a bath, but that's what that looks like. This is vintage. Definitely vintage. You have these sort of champagne colored, dark champagne colored beads right here in the front. Those are acrylic. And then these different sort of earthy tones, this sort of bone color, and these light tans and beiges, and then these gold tone filigree, which need polishing for sure. But I can't wait to see what that looks like once it gets cleaned up. That's beautiful. So many beautiful pieces in this bag. Okay, there's the other pansy right here. Remember, this one was missing some enamel. Okay, this is a charm holder with a little tiny charm on it. If I had the gem eye fired up, I would test that right now. But since I already know I'm coming back for a part 2 to this video, I'll check that stone in the part 2. Okay, this one doesn't have a maker's mark. It reminds me of Chico's. This has sort of like a net wrapped around the bead, and then this gold tone bead with the antiquing on it. This is acrylic and wood and gold tone. Let me make sure it all looks okay. And it does. There's a little bit of wear on the clasp. But outside of that, it just looks vintage, which it is. It'll get a bath. It's an 11-inch drop, and it has these great colors on it. These rich, deep, jewel-y kind of colors. Okay, and I would use this bag that I started to write on, but obviously it's not going to accommodate that necklace. So we'll have to get out another bag, and that's going to be number 14. Is that where we are? And we'll do this one for $4. And this is the last handful out of the bag right here. Okay, got the mate to this one. Here's a little adjustable ring, gold tone. And you know what we'll do? Let's see. Well, I'll just put it separately for $1. I don't know if it's going to fit in this little tiny bag. I'll use this one. So we're on number 15 now. $1 for this little gold tone adjustable ring. All the tone is there. It actually looks new. And it's just 2 little interlocking knots. It currently sits at about a 7 to 7 1/4. It has a little bit of weight to it. It's not flimsy and really light. It's not super heavy, but it's not a really flimsy, light, like gumball machine ring either. It has a little bit of weight to it. So number 15 for $1. Okay, this is knotted acrylic beads. There's a little bit of schmutz that'll need to get cleaned up. There's some wear to the little facets on the beads. So I'll need to clean that up because of the schmutz right there, so I'll bring it back later. Here's a really interesting ring. This is Avon. Lots of tone loss on it though. We'll polish it up and see what happens with it. That's pretty. Sort of a modernist type of design. So we'll clean that one up. And then, is this 1 necklace or 2? Okay, it's 2. So these crackly looking beads, they are acrylic with these little swirl designs in these stations that are at intervals in between all of the beads, and it's long, so it can be used for layering. And then this pink one, okay, I'm going to talk about it separately. They look like they were a set, but apparently they are not. So this one has a pretty long drop of 25 inches. And I may just offer them together as a set. See, this is I can't read that. Worthington, maybe? Is that what that says? It's just a pale pink. I think acrylic. Let me look closer at it. Actually, I think that's glass the closer I look. And it'll need a bath. I'll give it a new extender. Yeah, that extender's shot. I'll give it a new extender and a new clasp. And then I'll lot both of these together. And those will be number 16. And we'll just say $2 for those. And this is just a reminder to myself. New clasp and extender. And last of all is this little guy. Let's see. That's acrylic, little acrylic stone on this little turtle. He's a cutie with his little red rhinestone eyes. And you can see the texture on the little head and feet and tail. There is not a maker mark, but he's matte gold tone with this pretty thermoset looking. Can you see how the light flashes on that? So that's really cool. He is about 1.5 inches long, and about 1.25 inches across, going from toe to toe. So he's a cutie. And let's see, will he fit in here? He will. So he's going to be number 17. And we'll do him for $2. And there's some dirt right there. It's on that cabochon, so it's going to get cleaned. It's going to get a wipe down because I don't know if he would be good in the ultrasonic. So that's it. I'm going to raise up the camera and show you the space where I've been working right here. Thank you for joining me for this video, and I'll be back next week answering emails and updating the pending and sold and more timely than I can this week. So again, just thank you so much for your patience during this busy season for me, and thank you for joining me and watching my content. And I really, really hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, if you would please give me a thumbs up, I would appreciate it a lot. And if you know of someone else who might enjoy it, share it out with them and leave me a comment. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.